Hello, flosstube.
Greetings.
I'm Laura.
I'm Joe.
Welcome to the Slovak Farm.
This is the farm where we grow cross stitch.
One stitch at a time. Today is Monday, October 20th. Can't remember what day it was. Today is Monday, October 20th. Welcome to a new week. How was everybody's week last week?
Busy.
Mine was blissfully uncomplicated.
Mine was, it's better now. Work fixed things. But I had to work overtime. Then Saturday. Working overtime is a young man's game. It was fun when I was 20. When I was 25, 30. I'm going to work Saturday. It's going to be no big deal. Now I'm sitting here like, I want to sleepy poo.
It's okay. Love you.
Love you.
Hopefully your guys' week was great. I have to apologize because on last week's video, and I realized it as I was editing it, there were names that were not on the list of comments when I went on YouTube and looked on the video for the comments on the computer. And I realized it because I'm like, wait, there were names that popped up that I looked at the comment and I hearted the comment because I acknowledged, because I read the comment and acknowledged the comment on my phone that we didn't say. And there were two. Teresa, who is one of our regulars, why she didn't pop up, I have no idea. And Harvey Stitch, she's a fellow flosstuber. Her floss tubes are very good. She's doing a year of starts. She has started a lot of things this year. You should go watch her. So I do apologize that I did not mention you two. I have no idea. They were. I looked today on. I used my cell phone to look it up, and they were definitely on the video from last week in time for us to put it on the. I have no idea. Hopefully, because I used my cell phone to look up this week's video and gather our commenters, I don't miss anybody.
If we do, comment on the next video.
Right, if we miss you, just let us know because I have no idea. Social media is just not my friend anymore. It used to be fun, but now it just aggravates me. All people do is bicker. I'm tired of it.
Would you believe that the popularity of social media as a whole has started to go down over the last couple of years?
I don't doubt it. I would be pretty much off of Facebook completely if it were not for the cross-stitch games that I play.
Like, the only reason why I use Facebook is they have videos that I watch, which are starting to get irritating to begin with, so I'm not watching it as much. YouTube used to be fun to be on. Compared to what it was before, because the content requires a lot more scrutiny than it used to.
Mm-hmm.
Because now people are doing it for a job instead of for fun on their shows.
Well,
no dissing to any of them. It's just not fun for me to watch. YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all of them. It's not that fun for me to watch because now it's not people sharing what they love. It's people trying to make money.
well, that's why I never got into TikTok. YouTube, I still enjoy my floss tubers, but yeah, I definitely don't watch the ones who are trying to make it into a popularity contest. Y'all know who they are.
And also a lot of the toxic comment people caused a lot of good YouTubers to stop.
And I find videos on Instagram, I find reels on Instagram slightly amusing. I find good recipes. But yeah, if it weren't for the fact that I have cross-stitch games and a couple of friends that's the only way we talk, on Facebook, I would probably not be on Facebook anymore. Anyways, moving along. Hopefully you all had a wonderful week last week. I've already said that. He had a busy week. I had a relatively calm week with the exception of community meal on Thursday, which went really, really well. And and spending my Wednesday watching Hamilton. And getting minimal done.
So,
to get sucked into watching something on TV.
how's it feel to binge watch properly?
Is it binge watching if there's only one? It was the video movie recording of the Broadway production of Hamilton.
How long was the video?
2 hours and 45 minutes.
That's not all day. All day is like 6 to 8 hours.
Okay, but it was Wednesday,
I thought there was a TV show called Hamilton.
No, it was the Broadway Hamilton. The Broadway show Hamilton. I sat down, I turned it on, and I watched it, and I didn't really do a whole lot of else. And then I had to go do PSR, and after PSR, it was eat dinner, and I had a meeting over at the church. My Wednesday was lost to me, and I blame Hamilton because I spent the time I could have been stitching watching Hamilton. Not sorry. I wish I could get some other Broadway plays, like, via streaming or video or whatever. Because there are some that I would like to see, but I will never get to see the shows, so. That was my week. How about we shout out our commenters from last week's video?
Andrea, Ann, Teresa, Bridget, Janet.
Thank you all so much for commenting and spending some time with us last week.
On our crazy train.
On our crazy train. On our train of crazy. Well, why don't we go ahead and jump into whips?
Insomnia and a lot of work is not very conducive to my bug. My bug, I think, is still asleep.
Well,
or it ran away screaming.
Maybe it ran away screaming. I don't know. Okay. I don't have what the prompts were with each of my stitches written down this week. I'm sorry. I think we'll be okay. So Star Touched Meadow Sal was my first project of the week. I was on the March block. I did exactly 300 stitches. And I finished, this is on 16 count white Ada. I finished going, these stitches right there, for a second looked like a spot. Like a stain. Because it's kind of very light. There's very light stitching in here. That's really hard to see.
Go ahead.
And I'm not entirely certain how to make it visible for you. There we go. There you can see it now. So, that was 300 stitches on Star Touched Meadow March. Also, I have 2 separate meetings at the church tonight. I think I'm only going to be able to make one.
What meetings do we... Huh?
OCIA and Ladies Guild is tonight.
You can go to Ladies and I could do OCIA, so you're not going to be here until after you got Ladies Guild.
That's exactly what's going to happen. And Terry already knows. Terry's the lady that runs OCIA.
I need the books I don't have.
Yes, I will give them to you. Alright, so then...
Sorry for a random planning session during filming.
Squirrel! Lace corset was my next project that I worked on. And this is on a piece of 32 count. I don't really remember what I called it.
Doink.
It's 32 count. I don't really remember what color this was that I dyed this, to be fair. I did 314 stitches. This is the bottom of this leg hole. So I worked in here.
I actually thought it was just all the way open on the bottom and just with that shape. Or is that a leg hole? I don't know.
Well, okay, so technically, no, it's not a leg hole because when you put on a corset, there's not like, it doesn't connect, the front and the back doesn't connect underneath of you. I just didn't know how else to describe it other than leg hole, okay?
Yeah. Well, I think I also am responsible because I actually told you the first time I saw that, I thought it was a one-piece bathing suit.
Which, fair enough. I could see where that would come from, but...
Well, it's also, if you look at the pattern, The frills are here and here, but there's actually a break in the frills right there.
Yeah, I really don't.
I get it, but still, it's like...
Corsets, by technicality standpoints, don't actually... A lot of them don't actually have this shape here. Unless you are wearing a corset for adult time. Which is just what we're going to go with the assumption of this is.
Well, considering it's made of lace.
And then, that is probably a leg hole. Either way. We're going to move along. We're just going to move along.
And if you don't know what we mean by leg time, go ask your parents. Or adult time.
Adult time. If you don't know what I mean by adult time, you're not old enough to know.
Still go ask your parents, because I want to hear the response from the
No! I don't want to get in trouble.
Hey, honey, kids shouldn't be watching this weekend. I'm sorry. No, that would be fine.
Remember, we make a family-friendly video?
That is family-friendly. I'm not saying a bad thing at all.
Okay. So then I stitched on Belle Bay RTM. And this is on just a piece of white 32 count. I did 318 stitches on this. Finished off this part of this motif and started the Kessel section. This is only like half a motif here. So, almost have that done, but not quite. Almost have that motif done, but not quite. Actually, I think that might be the village, not the castle. I'm a liar. That's the village, not the castle. I have lied to you all. I'm so sorry. Moving on. Alright, and then Friday, like I said, my life got sucked into Hamilton on Wednesday, so it took me 2 days to work on Belle. Because on Thursday, between my morning study group over at the church and then community meal, I had like no time. So on Friday, I started Stitching Rules by Primrose Cottage. I started this for cross stitch weekend because I don't stitch 24 hours straight. I just start something and celebrate cross stitch weekend that way. This is on a piece of, I don't remember.
Hey, honey.
Gray. What?
I love you.
What?
If you ever stayed up for 24 hours for anything, I'm out of the house.
Probably. I did 302 stitches on this. I do need to cut it to length. I cut it to width. I do need to cut it to length. I was lazy. That is 302 stitches. I have everything in stitching but the S. Yes, I will probably cut this to length sometime this week before I put this away.
I've heard that before.
By the time I got home and got started stitching Friday, I was done with the universe. And I just wanted to sit and stitch. Hello, dog child. So I did not get to whatever my fourth prompt of the week was. I was supposed to work on Dragon Queen, but it's okay. I could have worked on it over the weekend, but then I decided to go hog wild on Good Tyke, which is my monthly offering. This is by Long Dog Sampler. Long Dog Samples? Samplers. I can't remember if it was Sampler or Samplers. This was a gift from my friend Beth Ann for my birthday last year. This is on a piece of Royal Blue, 32 count. And I did 1,282 stitches. I went a little hog wild. I finished stitching the outline of the Greyhound, including this leg that I totally missed. And started filling in. Lots and lots of one color, and that is what makes stitching it so quick. I only have one more prompt for the monthly to do, and then this will go night-night until next year. Sorry. Unless I decide to pull it out for... No, it's not going to get pulled out for Dash to a Finish. I actually was thinking about this today. I think I'm going to make a list of contenders for December Dash to a Finish to try to figure out where to start.
Oh, I know exactly how to do it, just to be a dumb arse.
What?
There are two ways that you can just let me do it.
Well, see, and that's also part of the other reason why I was thinking I'll just make a list of the ones that are like closest to finishing and let you pick from there.
Okay, would you like to know what the other two ideas were?
What?
Roll a die.
We all know I like my dice.
Make them squares and just throw stuff at it from across the room and see where it lands.
We all know I like my dice. I do like the dice option.
But I'll take the idea of just picking it.
Well, this is also true. I have no idea. I have to mark off. Hall. There is Hall. There is Hall. There's a big box of Hall sitting in my entryway next to my trunk of cross-stitch whips. Number one, because we have meetings at the church tonight, I don't necessarily have time to go through all of it. And number two, the box of Hall is from my friend, Beth Ann. Our friend Laura King passed away earlier this year, and Laura's husband James and Laura's sister Holly. Holly is also a stitcher. They went through Laura's things, and a lot of things that Holly didn't want, mostly Laura's full coverage. Holly kind of divided up between a couple of Laura's really good friends, and Beth Ann got a big chunk of that and decided to send a couple things to a couple of other people. Beth Ann sent me a bunch of Laura King's stamped cross-stitch pieces because Beth Ann knows I love the stamped cross-stitches. And there were some Q-snaps in there for Joe. There was a Mirabilia that Laura had started that I need to get floss for and I need to get beads for. There was this Little House Needleworks one that we're not entirely certain I can finish it, but if I can't, it's going to get FFO'd the way it is. I put it in the wall in my craft room. But anyways, all that to say, I don't really emotionally want to pull the box out and go through all of it. I did all of that. I did it Friday with Beth Ann on Zoom, and I just don't emotionally want to do that right now. I'm not emotionally in a good place right now, and that will just add to the... So, that being said, they're all in whip stage. You will see them eventually, and I will do my very best to remember to make mention of where... I more than likely will remember to make mention of where they came from. So, and maybe next week if I'm feeling... Maybe next week or the week after, if I'm feeling a little bit better... I will, we can look at them, but right now I just can't. So, moving on. We'll move on into, plants. Do you have plants?
I got my game, so I'm playing that.
Yes, he got his game, so that's what he's doing right now. I'm gonna put barbecue sauce on the chicken. I'm cooking chicken in the oven for dinner. I can smell it. It smells good. I'm gonna put barbecue sauce on it. Cause definitely can't barbecue. Barbecue season is over. Fall came in like a wrecking ball yesterday. Alright. So, Daily 30 this week is Weird October Holidays. I love weird holidays. I didn't write this, but I love weird holidays. When I was still at the daycare, we had a dry erase board in my classroom to help with diaper changing, and bottle feeding times, and so on and so forth. And there was always like a little space at the bottom for notes for the day, and I would always write on there some weird holiday of the day. That's what I used to do. Okay, so let us start. October 17th is National Pasta Day. Stitch on a whip that contains food. There's pumpkins in that. That would be food. I'm fairly certain there's some version of food in that. And that.
What about the picnic?
What?
Patriotic picnic.
I'm not sure there's actual food on it, but I think there is.
So what are the ones you said you know for a fact they do?
I know for a fact that Rags to Riches has pumpkins on it. I know for a fact
sure,
that...
Rags to Riches, that works.
Okay. Number 2, October 19th is National New Friends Day. Stitch on a whip that you can relate to friendship. I mean, I suppose I could go with almost any of them because I tend to stitch, I probably stitched all of these on one point or time on Zoom, and I Zoom with my friends, but I do know that Dragon Queen was a gift from Glenna.
Sure, Dragon Queen. I wanted that one done already.
That's why I said it first. And this is a 400 week, so.
Okay.
A variety of whips is not a huge deal. Number 3, October 20th is National Suspenders Day. Stitch on a whip that contains clothing.
Next. Just get through the 3 and then we'll do that because I want to have the last one be both a choice.
Rags to Riches does have clothing on it. National Crocs Day is October 23rd. Crocs as in the shoes. So stitch on a whip that contains feet.
Okay, and the last one?
And the last one is October 25th is National Hug a Sheep Day.
Bah.
Stitch on a whip that contains an animal.
For number 3, Rags to Riches.
I would say technically.
Number 5 is Dragon Queen.
I was going to say, I would say technically. I do have a free pass, so I'll probably use that on the feet one. But technically, and actually, no, I think you can see her feet in the Rags Cinderella. I was going to say.
Is there feet on the Dragonfly?
Dragonfly. No, there are no feet on the Dragonfly. What I was going to say was technically, even though you probably can't see her feet on Rags to Riches, obviously Cinderella does have feet because she's standing. However, I do think you could actually see her feet on Rags to Riches. However, it's kind of moot point because I have a free pass and boom shakalaka.
Tonight's going to be fun. I get to be tired and unsupervised. Great.
Oh, good Lord. Please don't embarrass me. No, it's okay.
That's what you're worried about?
Look, I can embarrass myself when I'm tired and unsupervised.
Moving on.
That's it. Do you have anything you would like to share?
Blah.
Well, another slightly short video, but yeah, it happens sometimes. Alright. Well, what do we want those people watching to do?
Have a lovely day and comment below all your Comment below whether or not you can speak English, because I don't seem to be able to right now.
Tell me what your favorite weird holiday is.
Sweetest day. I don't follow it or anything. I think it's weird as heck. Commercially available. Anyway, please like, comment, subscribe, bell thing, YouTube compliance spiel over. Continue.
Thank you all for watching. Thank you. We hope you enjoyed yourself. We hope you were entertained, and we hope to see you back next week. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next week.
Bye. Bye.